Hello, everyone. My name is Donna McCarthy, and we are running 316 Carnage Amongst the Stars for the Gauntlets. This is a game about heading off into the dark universe where we can kill aliens to our heart's content and save Terra from that vile menace. Let's do a quick intro from the rest of the characters as we get ready to take on Michelangelo. So, Ari, do you want to go first and introduce your trooper? Or your sergeant, shall I say?
Yeah, sure. I'm playing Sergeant M.T. Merkin. He is, his reputation is ice under pressure. His fighting ability is a 6. His non-fighting ability is a 4.
Okay. Christine.
Yep, so I'm playing Cable. Cable is just new into the squad, but been fighting aliens for quite a while. I know how to deal with my aliens, okay? Fighting ability is 9, and non-fighting ability is 2. So, not the most diplomatic of all the people in this squad.
Okay, and David.
All right, I've got just Trooper Hicks, and he goes. I guess the nickname that was thrust upon him was the Professor because he has the record for failing out the written exam the most times of anyone, and he's way smarter than he is fighty because he's got fighting ability 4 and non-fighting 6, and he thinks that he's way smarter than everyone else in the room, and why does he have to do this the hard way? He should have been a sergeant to begin with.
Okay, so pretty much the whole kind of fighting armor of the brigade is on this giant carrier called the Atlas, and it is approaching. This is the first planet that you're taking on in Charlie Sector. The name of the planet is the Michelangelo. And I think everyone maybe is hanging around the mess, talking about what kind of planet this is going to be. No one really knows because no one's been at the briefing. But I want to get a sense of how, first of all, how Corporal Cable is getting on in the new squad, and what the dynamic is. So maybe what is Merkin up to in the mess?
Merkin is cleaning out what is his weapon? His rifle.
What's his rifle's name?
Oh, does he have a name for his rifle? He must have a name, right? Because you're asking.
Well, Cable does take these gun nut sensibilities a bit too far for some, but
yeah, you've heard him. You see it written on the side, furball, but he's never actually said it out loud. He kind of keeps this stuff to himself. So he's cleaning furball, and you can see him chewing a big wad of tobacco, and he kind of spits it behind him, and he's cleaning up. But otherwise, kind of keeping himself and looking at the rest of the crew here to see, what we got coming up.
Okay, how about Hicks, the Professor?
Yeah, I think Hicks might be just checking the armor setup, like that he's gonna. Maybe he hasn't gotten into it, and you can see just how skinny and pale and probably ill-equipped for this he is, and he's reading over this like instruction manual for it. It's like, well, all right, well, all right, this is full energy here, but better check it one more time. I don't know.
Okay, how about Cable?
Yeah, Cable literally just ate food and left, because there's an entire armory here that needs inventory, right? So I need to know exactly what's here so that I can know exactly what I can get and when I can get it. Like, do you know how requisition forms are? You have to fill out so many requisition forms. So I need to know what's here, when I can get it, where it is, and who I need to sleep with in order to get my weapons. Or intimidate. Yeah, let's face it. Cable just intimidates. There's no sleeping.
And when Cable's away from the table, what is the scuttlebutt amongst the rest of the squad?
I just turn to, I'm looking for the name, Professor? Yeah, I just turn to Professor and I say, you won't be needing those papers. Just keep your head attached to your body down there and you'll be all right. Instruction manuals are only good for the computer.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That computer I did pretty good on. That's simulations. I mean, I got the most kills there pretty much. So this should be easy, second hand.
Simulations,
Make sure
simulations don't bleed.
And, I think he does have like giant glasses too, and he just like pushes them up. He's like, "Well, you got me there."
I just nod. I say, "Yep, just hold it together."
It's like, well, what do you think about this? Was it a corporal coming from some other squad?
Oh,
You met them before?
It's a corporal, he or she? I should have asked earlier.
You're not sure.
Okay. Well,
I mean, technically F is written down under sex, but that doesn't really help you because you can't really tell.
Huh. Okay. Well, I say, corporal's in charge. Do what she says, or he says, or look it up in that computer of yours, so we know what to call the corporal.
All right.
So I think most people are finished up, and some people have been chin wagging a while and haven't. But Sergeant Major Murphy, the company senior NCO, comes around, and she is a ball of angry energy when you're not on a mission. Troopers, get that down. You have 1 minute 30 seconds to get to the briefing room. Make sure that rifle's not loaded. I don't want to see any loose rounds hitting this place. MT, come on.
Yeah. So I load up my gear and I head over there.
So she kind of sticks around, kicking ass and getting everyone in her company into the briefing room on time. Captain Chen doesn't like anyone who's late. So he is there, and he's kind of a studious-looking fella, but I think the rumors are that he pretty much knows his stuff. When pretty much everyone is in, he kind of starts. We got another problematic planet in front of us, people. Michelangelo is wet. It's rainy. It's pretty shitty. Our scouts haven't been able to cover anything like the ground we have to. Battalions send their apologies. So every company is responsible for their own shit this drop. He kind of looks at his briefing. Let's make it orderly. I think first squad, first platoon are going to be doing this for us. They're going to go down planet side first, find some population centers of these aliens and point us in the right direction. Sergeant Merkin, how does that sound? You ready to lead your team?
Ready to go.
Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. So obviously there's a display behind him with kind of the planet, and he's zoomed into the company zone. And yeah, like the aerial satellite photography here looks like meaningless. It's just jungle and the odd hint of a river. And the kind of humid nature, the rain and the jungle canopy mean that you can't get any kind of infrared readings on what's underneath Worth a Dam. So it's like pick a point on the map and say you're dropping there, and then see what happens. I mean, some of the other teams have some questions about comms and how that's going to work, and it seems like it's going to be problematic for anything to go through that jungle canopy. So it's like, well, get your bravest, stupidest trooper to climb up a tree and send an aerial up there, and that'll be fine, right? I think everyone at this stage is kind of a bit cynical about exactly how well things are going to work. And they know that they're the people who are going to be hit when something doesn't work really well. Okay. So yeah, one strange thing about Captain Chen is he is always telling you the tail number of the dropship you were going to. He never forgets it, even though it's always the same one. So it's like, I don't know, just a thing. We are taking the High 11 dropship, tail number L611P. The pilot is a guy called Louis, or at least his call sign is Louis. So get your ass down to the bay and get into your dropship.
So as we go down, they're kind of like, psst, Sarge, come here. I've already requisitioned this. And I basically show you an entire list of about 20 different weapons. It's okay to bring them, right?
Last bit cut out. I got the requisition list part, but I missed the second part.
But, like, it's a big, long list, and it's okay to bring all of these weapons, right? I mean, it's okay, right?
I take a look at it. Is there anything there that would be kind of not appropriate for taking down to the planet side?
No.
I
no.
shake my head.
I mean, it's all weapons, and we're going to go kill aliens. So, I mean...
well, I'm asking out of character. Like when I look at the list,
sorry.
Is there anything I would see there that would be like a red light to me?
So Christine, I think you want to make a non-fighting ability check to see whether this is just a wish list or whether you've actually gotten your hands on any of this stuff or raised any red flags with the quartermaster when trying to get them.
You're an ass.
Okay. So, I think that's not a spectacular failure. It's merely a failure. The tracer rounds, the extra tracer rounds, the incendiary rounds are probably okay. I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get your hands on those. But like the flamethrower, nope. The missile launcher, nope. The nuclear bomb that you kind of tried to snaffle in at the bottom of the list, just above sharp sticks and knives, no, a hard no. The quartermaster has, I think, had a run-in with you before, didn't he? What's the name of
Yeah.
our
So yeah,
quartermaster?
it wasn't my fault, right? And
Yeah.
you know what? I'm not saying that he's a complete asshole, but it was totally. He's an ass. Okay. There's no other way of saying this, but
Yeah.
yeah, he just doesn't understand that this is war. And in order for us to win it, we need to make sure that we're strategic and we have weapons. And like, he's a quartermaster, so basically he's just a shopkeeper. And I may have said that to him to his face, and he may not have appreciated it.
Yeah, you think you were this close to getting your hands on this spanky new kind of napalm grenade when you said that, and then it was like, no. But you know,
So this list is everything looks above board as far as I can tell on this list.
I mean, these are all weapons that you would love to have, but in very specific situations, I think. And you don't know what you're going to fight except the rain at this stage. So who knows whether that thermonuclear device would have come in handy. I'm sure. I mean, how could it not, right? That's what Cable's philosophy is, right?
Always be prepared.
um, so yeah, so the dropship, again, this is something we kind of established in the last sector. The dropships don't land. Each squad or each like bunch of people gets into a drop pod. The dropship goes at high altitude and then shoots out basically a company's worth of people all at once. So that's exciting. For this, though, it'll just be the kind of 9 people in the squad because you're going scouting. So the crew are a little bit less harried than usual. There is the co-pilot who is in command of the vessel, Lieutenant Ndewa, and the crew chief who kind of makes sure everything is stowed correctly. Ward are kind of lolling around on the back ramp of the dropship and chatting amongst themselves, going through the manifest, all the checklists and that kind of stuff. Louis, the pilot, warrant officer Voight, is sitting in his chair and going through his pre-flight checks. These guys are pretty friendly. Usually, though, they're really businesslike. They're just getting, 50 or 60 gnarly troopers on board. This time, when there's a lot less of you, it's a little bit easier. It's like, oh, look who's back, says Ward, and eyeing up Cable. It's like, I have you brought your gum shield this time? I don't you chewing through any cables.
Ah, you remember my name.
Oh, that's your name? Cable? Oh, I didn't realize that.
You smack him on the back.
Sergeant, anything we got to know from this? You prefer? I mean, because we're only leaving you in, we're kind of all right to land you in, or unless you prefer a drop.
Either one is fine.
Okay. Well,
I'm looking to see if there's anything here as far as like the lists or their gear, anything that would give me an indication that they know something about what's down there that more than what we know.
Not on either of these, not on Ndewa's or Ward's checklist, but or maybe you've heard the story from the last planet. Louis sometimes has some extra kind of visible notes on his checklist. But again, getting a look on that. But I mean, you're the kind of senior trooper your senior infantry guy here. It wouldn't be too unusual for you to go up and have a quick chat with him. So if you want to do that, that's no problem.
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
Okay. So he kind of hears you coming and kind of looks back and, hey, how are things? You ready? You picked the short straw, or what did you do to piss off Captain Chen?
I don't know what's in their head. Whatever makes them tick makes them tick. Hey, what do you got there for where we're going?
So he kind of flashes his kind of nav table, and it's like, to be honest, I've flown through worse, but you know, we got no real readings on the surface worth a damn. It's just so hot down there, and the rain, just between the rain and the jungle stuff, it's.
How long have you been keeping a read on this?
Well, we as soon as we sent the probe, right, they start briefing us. So it's like a few days we've been pouring over the telemetry and probe data, but there's not much, to be honest. I think you better.
Has the rain let up at all during this time, or has it been?
I think yesterday there was like a few hours of this kind of really heavy mist.
Could you do a deeper read on that during those few hours?
I didn't. That's just the weather report I got. But again, I think you're playing with really bad visibility. Either way, right? I get Andewa to call back to command and see if he can get any intel. But to be honest, at this stage, you know, if there was anything useful, I'm sure they would have told us, right?
Well, if you hear anything, I point my thumb over to Professor. I say, let him know. He's got a big head, big brain in his head.
Okay, well, I'm sure the aliens will love that, right? With a side of noodles.
Yeah, we'll see. We're trying to get him to spend more time away from his books on planet side.
Oh, okay. You know, make sure he's pointing his rifle away from you. That's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm. I kind of smile and nod my head, like, you know, cool. That's all I needed.
Each of these drop pods takes like 9 people. So your whole squad gets kind of put into one, and Ward kind of circles around it. Make sure you're all strapped in, so the kind of armor sits. There's a central column, and you sit around that, and then you're strapped in, and then these doors come down in front of you, and you've got this tiny faceplate that you can see out, and you're pretty snug. I mean, if something goes wrong, there's not a huge amount of stuff you can do the way you're locked in tight. And it's sitting in the main bay of the dropship, and there's a port underneath that opens up and shoots you out. So, you know, you get some warning flashings and a bit of a klaxon, and the HUD goes crazy inside your suit. What kind of things do everyone get up to when they're just waiting for that light to go green for the drop?
Counting the grenades to make sure that I got all 17. I was told I was going to get 17.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure I got 17. Not sure if I can count up that
far. How's the professor doing?
Yeah, I think he's just doing he's doing the cross and just like all right, and then when you get down, you do this, and step 2 is this, and the other one, just like really nervously going over all this learning so far.
Okay, and Merkin?
Merkin is actually asleep. He's just taking a nap. His head is tilted back, and he's got a little bit of tobacco juice drooling down his chin.
So not his first radio.
No.
Okay.
There is just one thing that I will say to the professor is that you don't need to bring the manual with you, because I know it, the entire thing. I can tell you what's on page 32, 7th line. I have learned that manual off by heart. How do you think I got to the position that I'm in? Oh, wait. It was because I killed all of those aliens. But I also do know that manual right off by heart. Don't worry, it's fine. We got this.
I think that
So
he,
go ahead.
Just for a second, he's just like, down, and then right as the end of that comes, he's like, never mind, I'm going to keep reading this.
So yeah, I think if you were to have come up with a snappy comeback, the green just goes light. The light goes green right in the middle of it, and then it's like wham, the G-force hits you. It's like, oh, I'm gonna die. Maybe in this tin can, right? And not just the aliens. This tin can and the gravity is going to kill me. And it takes a couple of minutes of hurtling before the retro boosters and the drag start to kick in, and then you smash through the canopy of this jungle and land in a puddle, and the doors kind of just fly open, and you're released from the harnesses automatically, and you're in the middle of this kind of dense undergrowth of this tall jungle, and it is raining.
The first thing that everybody else hears is a scream with, "That motherfucker only gave me 7! He was supposed to give me 17! That lazy motherfucker can't count!" So, yeah, subtle. Very, very subtle entry.
So I guess it is the search portion of the company. Search and destroy has got to start. What's the general plan from the Sarge?
Just stick together, move in a column, have people on the sides kind of keeping it out, keeping the lookout. This is going to be low visibility, right? So I'd say trust your eyes as much as your equipment. Don't trust your equipment too much, because there's moisture and there's limited visibility and the stuff isn't penetrating.
Okay. So I'm going to start the encounter. I'm going to tell you that the alien ability is 6. So that's like their score for all the stuff they're doing. It's the lowest fighting ability +2. I'm going to put, if you look at the Roll20, I'm going to put 4 tokens out for this encounter.
That's cool.
And we are going to roll. So none of your, even though the counters are on the map, none of you are at that range. So we're going to roll for dominance now. So this is to see exactly who has the upper hand as this encounter starts. So I'm going to roll, but you can discuss it, but each one of you decides whether you're rolling or not. Okay. You're going to be rolling against non-fighting ability. And basically what happens is that if you get any success in the group, it's good for you. But if you get all successes, no matter how many people roll, it's even better. Okay. So if
Cable is at near, I don't know if you want to move him back to far.
No one's at any range yet.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. So basically, if the highest success is PC, then that player gets to set the range. If the highest success is an alien, I get to set the range. If all of you are everyone who rolls is successful and I fail, you get to ambush the aliens. If the aliens are successful and all the PCs who roll fail, it's an ambush by the aliens. So there's a little bit of kind of, I guess, metagaming with, or at least tactics, let's call it, in terms of, you all have to say who's rolling before anyone rolls. And so if you want to give yourself a really good chance of having everyone succeed and maybe hoping I fail, you might give it to the highest one, but then that's a bit of risk as well with having a bad roll. So you can discuss it. You can say, we definitely don't want Cable rolling, but then Christine gets to decide whether or not they roll in eventually anyway. So
Cable should probably not roll. I have done, and it's hilarious when I fail.
And you always fail.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get it with that. What do you have, a 2?
Yeah. But I did once.
It happened once? Okay.
It happened once, yeah. Like three planets, what, 12 or 13 encounters, 1 success. That's, what you get.
So I haven't done this before, but I'm thinking Professor Hicks definitely should roll.
Yeah, I've got a 60% chance at least.
I have a 40% chance. Maybe I should opt out.
So I guess the odds are here, you probably want to make sure that everyone doesn't fail. So it's kind of a balancing act.
Yeah.
If the 2 of you roll, you've got a really good chance of getting one success.
Right.
But then you probably nullify the chance of you all getting successes and the aliens failing. So,
but it's still better than all of us failing.
Yeah.
All right. So
what
do you think?
Judgment call.
What do you think, Professor and MT? Go ahead and do this. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. What is this? D10?
Yeah. So it's D10, and you are looking for equal to or lower than your non-fighting ability.
Okay, I got it, and so did the Professor.
And I'm going to roll for the aliens. Okay, so they got a 4 as well. So everyone rolled a 4. Okay, so that means that is the highest success is neither a PC nor an alien. There's no ambush because one side didn't fail and the others succeed. So it's a tie. So we basically agree. If we can agree on a range, or we can roll off as a group. So, I mean, I think you should at least be near or close, given the kind of fictional setup with the jungle. I'm not going to really push for either one of those. So if we can come to an agreement.
Well, it makes sense with the way you describe the visibility. But anyone else want to jump in?
I know my weapon's best in here, but
that's completely fair. We'll go with near, so unless we have any strong feelings somewhere else. So
I got grenades. I don't need to be that near, but probably best to be near.
Okay. Yeah. So grenades are really awesome up close, but they can hurt your friends and coworkers, and that's, I guess, not a great thing, but it gets
the reason why
your kill count.
Company. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's what you care about. So everyone should be at near, and yeah. So I think neither side has an advantage over each other. You kind of see some movement, and it's kind of things are out there and kind of converging on your position, but you definitely get to eyeball them before they open up on you. And they're these kind of it's actually quite difficult to see them a little bit in the jungle. They're kind of green, grayish green things. Although they do have these kind of colored ribbons that are obviously not natural, tied around their, it kind of looks like their elbows or their knees or something. So their limbs anyway kind of show a little bit in the jungle. They're maybe 4 foot tall. They're definitely kind of humanoid-ish. And they seem pretty stealthy, but not like uber ninja or anything like that.
They've seen us.
Yeah, they're definitely kind of closing in on you. It's not like a classic ambush or anything like that, but they want to see what's up and maybe take you out. But yeah, they don't get the drop on you at all. You see them coming. Okay.
Yeah.
So at the for each of the combat rounds, basically everyone gets to do one thing. You kind of decide what you're doing, and that's usually one of 2 things, or one of 3 things probably. You can open up with your weapons. You can try to change your range to get to a better range for your weapons for next combat round, or you can do something else in the fiction. I'm not sure there's anything specifically here, but say, for example, if you want to do that thing we mentioned in the briefing with getting up a tree to send a signal to command, that would be a non-fighting ability action for you to take. So yeah, everyone decides what they're going to do. I'm pretty much always just trying to kill you. Okay, that's how it goes. So no surprise there. And then what happens is that the highest success goes first on whatever you're trying to do, and then any failures get to narrate some color, non consequential color for their scene. And if the aliens succeed, if you succeed, you're going to be doing kills on the aliens. If the aliens succeed, they're going to kill anyone below them in in initiative order is how the kills get done. So even if you succeed, but the aliens succeed with a higher number, they're going to kill you. And then you'll be marking down your hurt or your armor. And when you're taking your first level of damage, the important thing to note is that you can always heal 1 level in between encounters, but the armor is 1 use per planet. And then if you don't like your roll, you can use your combat drugs, which again is 1 use per planet. That gives you a reroll. The only downside is that if you roll a 10 and you reroll, you take a kill. So you could become a mess or crippled from using your combat drugs, which happens sometimes. Okay, so what's everyone getting up to? Ari, what is MT doing?
Is it possible for me to pull myself away a bit with maybe 1 or 2 troopers to get into a longer range?
Yeah, so you can. So your action could be to change range, and kind of the kind of 6 troopers or whatever in the squad are assumed to be kind of doing their thing. They're not going to affect things mechanically, but you could say for your action you are pulling back to a longer range to I guess make your supposed technological superiority felt.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Fictionally, of course.
It looks like you're running away.
you could get written up for that, but also with the reduced visibility, you might be out of effective range if you go too far.
Oh,
so that's something you're not sure about. That's usually not something I would warn you about, except we have pretty heavily lent into the reduced visibility thing in the briefing and everything.
Yeah, if that's the case, I think I'll hold position, and I think I'm going to use a grenade, because that's the only really effective weapon I have for this range.
Did you pick a slug rifle or an energy rifle, or did you go with the MG for your sergeant loadout?
I just took the default that the sergeant had. I thought I
Okay.
didn't recognize if there was a choice there. A sidearm rifle.
Yeah, sorry. So in the handout for the sergeant, you should see you've got a couple of options. Sorry, it's a slug rifle or a heavy MG. So the slug rifle does 1 at close range, D6 at near, and D6 at far. And then the heavy MG does 1 at close, 2d6 at near, and 0 at far. So that should be your loadout, unless something got messed up with your sheet.
Yeah, I must have screwed it up a bit.
Okay, it might have been the sidearm entry messed up the table fields on that.
Okay, so what should I have? I'm gonna delete.
You choose between a slug rifle or a heavy machine gun. The slug rifle is kind of very average. It does fairly decent damage at near and far, but the heavy MG does really good damage at near and nothing at far.
I'm gonna take the heavy MG.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
I'll
get rid of the rifle then.
Yeah, so you choose the rifle or the heavy MG. Okay, so are you all unloading on these guys, or what's the story? Christine, are you? I mean, I don't know why I'm even asking.
I've already established that I have 7 grenades. So 1 in each hand, pull the pins with my teeth, and then basically throwing. I'm probably going to take the next round to take out the heavy machine gun.
Okay, because the grenades are shit at this range, right? It's just 1 kill.
You know what? It's more just to scare them. Like, they're only 4 foot tall, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm terrified
so
of it.
here's a devil's bargain. If I can scare a term out of another game, you can either use your fighting ability to kill a guy with your grenade, or you can use a non-fighting ability to actually try to scare them away.
That's a 9 versus a 2.
Okay, I'm just offering. Okay, and
I'm
David,
really tempted to take the 2. Okay, fine. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try and scare them away.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Oh, this is terrible. Why did I make that decision?
Wow, that was pretty close.
Very close. Okay, and David. So everyone can roll. I just want to clarify what David is up to. Are you gonna do something else, or just open up?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna open up too.
Okay, cool. So everyone roll their fighting ability, except for you, Christine, and I will do the aliens. Oh, wait a minute.
Oops. I rolled a 1d0. Okay. Oh, I got it.
The aliens did not, despite what the counter says. The alien ability is 6, not 9. That was the last time I did. So,
Am I the only one who got it?
So, yep. So
Nice.
Everyone who rolls success on their fighting ability, you get to do 2 things. You get to describe what you've done from highest to lowest result, and you also get to roll your kills at that range. So I think, David, you roll a 4, right?
Yeah.
So you get to, first of all, I'm going to remove a counter from the board, which is you taking care of that, and then you get to roll your kills for that weapon. So I guess is it an energy rifle or a slug?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice.
10.
So 10 kills. That's awesome. So do you want to describe?
Love the sound effects.
Do you want to describe how that looks? This professor ain't just some kind of brain guy.
Yeah, I think so. At least at first, the Sarge was like, maybe I should go here. Maybe I should go over here. And Cable, of course, is just chucking grenades everywhere. And I think Professor just looks to both of them and she's like, "What in the goddamn?" And just starts shooting out of desperation, just terrified. And somehow gets a bunch of them.
Yeah. Cool. How does that two kill, or how does that kills look for MT?
I roll a d10 for each point.
No, so you roll. So your machine gun, your heavy machine gun, does 2d6 kills at this range.
Okay.
Yeah.
So roll
So
2d6.
So roll 2d6.
7.
Okay, cool. So how does that look?
Strafing fire through this fog. See, like, leaves and branches kind of like ripped apart, and then you can hear the squealing of these insects.
Cool. So that's a second counter gone. And so this encounter goes to a second combat round, and we do the same thing again. Everyone, the aliens miss, so they don't get to do anything. Although in terms of flavor, they're kind of trying to close with you a little bit, and they seem to have some weapons, but you're not really seeing what they do, and you're just laying down this kind of scathing fire that drives them away, and
for flavor, does one of them accidentally, well, I say accidentally, kick one of the grenades back towards us?
And a couple of the squad mates probably go, "Holy fuck," and dive for cover, and it throws up dirt in their general direction. I mean, they're probably going to blame you anyway, right, Cable? So they might know it comes from you, but they're going to blame you anyway. Okay, so so we do it again. What's everyone doing for their action? Let's go around again. Ari, what is MT getting up to?
Yeah, I think I'm going to lay down some more machine gun fire. Heavy machine gun.
Christine.
So I did say that I was basically getting out the heavy machine gun at this point, so I don't know if I've had time to actually get it and shoot. Kind of depends on the system sometimes.
So you can, because you started with grenades, you can change weapons on a successful NFA roll. You can always switch to hand-to-hand or power claw or grenades without a roll. You're currently stuck with grenades or hand-to-hand, which is obviously ineffective at near.
Yeah, hand-to-hand is not effective at near, is it?
No.
Okay, more grenades.
Okay. So, and David, what is the professor up to? Rinse and repeat, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. He's like, "Sarge, you see that? I got so many."
And the aliens are obviously going to try to continue to kill you, but we'll see how they get on. Okay, nice. Okay, so that's exactly what they were looking for, a 6.
Success. Oh, Cable.
Okay,
Kip and I both had some problems there.
Yeah, so the aliens are going on 6. MT is going on a 3, and then both Cable and the professor roll 10s. So those are both misses. So everyone's going to take a kill. from the aliens. I'm going to describe that. You can, remember, either put that into your kind of health, so you can become a mess, or you can mark it on your armor. Because you heal, usually there's no sense in taking it to the armor straight away. The other thing I will mention for the two guys who, the two of you who roll 10s, is that you could always go to combat drugs. What could possibly go wrong? You could roll another 10, I suppose, but I'm being devil's advocate.
And considering I'm rolling brilliantly today, probably not going to do that.
Okay. So yeah, they come in closer, these aliens, and you kind of get a better sense of them. They look like kind of reptilian. They are using pretty much blowpipes, which, they're putting in a lot of fire, if that's the right word to use. Probably not with blowpipes, but they're putting a lot of darts downrange at you, and they kind of seem to catch. They're like razor sharp and find a gap in your armor where usually you just have, the joints aren't plate armor. So they get in there, and you're getting fire from all around and from the treetops as well. So it's very difficult to find cover. So everyone take 1 damage.
So this goes to, just looking to see.
Yeah. So when you open your sheet, you'll see just below kills, you'll see health, and then you've got an O in MS, crippled and dead, and you can turn those O's into X's.
Okay, so a mess turns to an X.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And that comes back 1 point per day, so that's why we're better off doing that than using armor.
Yeah, so after this encounter, before the next encounter, everyone heals up 1 level. So the first one, certainly there's no point in putting on your armor.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. So then we move on to you, Ari. You go next on the 3.
Yep.
And so you kill a counter and do your damage again. So that's 2d6 for your heavy machine gun.
Oops. Why am I rolling in the Google chat? Hold up. A measly 3.
Okay, well,
Still
better than
something.
anyone else is getting this combat round, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you describe that to us?
A lot of misfire. There's a lot of confusion. These things are starting to close in. The darts are bouncing off of my visor. So some of my shots go off and hit target, but the rest of them kind of like I'm being thrown off balance by all these darts and shrap, coming in.
Okay, and Christine, give us some flavor. How pissed off is Cable?
Just want to kill these aliens. I mean, like, they are just and they're like little small Ewoks. So for me, that they're the most annoying thing in the world.
They're more like small turtles, right?
Turtle.
Yeah, reptilian, green, gray.
So,
which is probably even more annoying, right?
Yeah, because I go to grab one by the tail in order to swing it around and smack it into some of the others, but it actually sails and it has these kind of weird things that come out of its neck, and it literally parachutes onto a tree. So it does no damage to anybody else, and I have apparently helped it into a better position for the next attack.
Excellent. Good work. And
you're welcome, Donna.
I don't want to give them 2 alien abilities, but I'll bear that in mind.
And I think the prof is just like oh yeah, Sarge, you see that? I'm counting 10. That was really good. And just looking off to the side as all these like blow dart just going to him in every direction.
Eyes forward, what? Professor. Eyes forward.
It's like, oh yeah, I guess that was rule number 5.
Okay, and
it's actually rule number 4.
And so the aliens beat you, and they could, if they wanted to, push you in or out of range band, but they're not going to. They're going to keep you where you are, and then so we can do it again. Ari, what's MT doing?
Does the range remain the same?
Yeah, the ranges remain the same. You would have an option of changing the range if you succeeded in your roll.
Yeah,
and
I'm good with this range.
The aliens, you can change your range, but
yeah, I'm personally fine with this range. Is everyone else good with this range, or do you have an ideal range that we're missing out on?
This works for me.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, that one that sailed over, I'm gonna focus my fire on that one and any of the aliens around there. More machine gun fire.
Christine, what are you gonna do? Chuck a grenade at that guy?
I really want to change range and just throttle someone. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna change range. Like the intention is change range and go to hand to hand in order to just get the little and break them.
So there's only one counter left in this encounter. So it may be that by the time you get to change range, one of your mates will have killed them. But for next time.
Oh yeah, because the prof is not killing everything in sight.
Okay, and David, are you just gonna keep shooting?
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna hunker down and try again.
Okay, cool. And the aliens are attacking you as usual. So yeah, everyone roll. Denied.
Nope, good. Not good for me.
Okay.
You want to roll low, right? Am I understanding this correctly?
No, you want to roll equal to or below your score, but the higher your roll, if it's a success, the better.
I see. So you want to just skate under it.
Yeah. So sorry, Christine, you said you were trying to change range, right? Or were you trying to throw a grenade? Okay, cool.
Right, yeah, I was trying to change range, but I rolled the wrong thing. Brilliant.
Yeah. So the professor cleans out that last alien with a 1, but better than everyone else's roll. And kills 5. Nice. So what does that look like?
Yeah, I think he maybe he just like hunkers down, like I was saying, and then just fires with his eyes closed, just shooting around.
And obviously, you probably didn't even know that guy was up in that tree, but you kind of clip him and another few of his mates as they're retreating. And that's fine. Yeah. No, you don't take any more losses because they rolled a 7, so that's higher than their alien ability. So you're all fine. Okay. I think though, in terms of like, some of them are surviving that encounter, and you have a beat on them, and they're running in a certain direction. So that's kind of what's going to drive the next encounter. But you do have the opportunity to, or probably the duty to say you've made contact and to say, they're heading in that direction, right? Tell the rest of the company to get their asses down here and do this sweep. What's the banter like after this this fight?
Sarge, do you want me to go and report?
Yeah, that'd be good. Hey, Cable. I saw you. Looked like you were
I'm
getting.
gonna go climb that tree and report. Okay.
Now hold on a second. You looked like you were gonna get ready to break line and go hand to hand with them.
Yeah. Did you not see that one that launched itself at me?
Yeah. Well, unless
They're
we give
evil.
unless we give the signal, we don't want to break ranks with these bugs because you know what happens if we go off alone.
No.
All right. Up the tree.
No.
Well, you get ripped apart when you break off alone like that, but it's a good thing you didn't do that.
Okay.
All right.
Sergeant, are you sure you're up for this?
Why wouldn't I be?
Just saying, like, you don't seem to know about these kind of. Have you ever seen Star Wars, right? They're Ewoks. These are little, tiny, annoying things that just. All you can really do is grab one of them and throw them.
I don't know about Ewoks. Never heard of Ewoks, but if we're going after these things hand to hand, we got to have a better plan than just running off on our own. But like I said, you didn't do it, but I kind of saw.
I'm still going to go and climb that tree and make sure that we can get a signal, if that's okay with you, Sarge.
I nod my head and then I look over at the professor and I say, Professor, I think we need a new call sign for you. How do you feel about the exterminator?
Kind of internal thing with Cable where it's like, I should totally be the sergeant. Bruh. Everybody has issues.
And I think the professor's like, yeah, you know what? Exterminator, I like that. And Sarge, I'm going to say that I got 15 down, I guess. And, I didn't even break ranks once. I just, just letting you know. I'm going to put that down, though.
Yeah, well, keep this up, and you might have a pretty bright future with this squad.
Cool. Okay. So, you get that aerial up past the tree line set up, and you get a signal down, and the command staff are really happy. Everything's going fine. You get I guess you tell them which direction you're going in, and kind of give them maybe a good spot to aim the drop pods for. You meet up with the company in maybe an hour or so, still having followed these aliens down. So the rain kind of starts to change to this thick fog, and as you move through it, it becomes kind of less normal jungle with undergrowth, kind of more swampy, so a lot of streams and dead pools and all that kind of stuff. So kind of changes in feel and in how kind of icky it is. So yeah, this kind of humidity and rain is just a little bit awkward. Maybe it starts to fog up the HUD. It's so wet, and so maybe people have to raise the faceplates just to ease out that humidity. And obviously, it's super super lovely and comfortable to be wading through this swampy mud, following these aliens who are trying to kill you. When the company comes down, I think not just a single squad. All of the 6 squads are linking up pretty well, and you get a lot more contacts. It looks like now that they know you're invading, they're kind of trying to fight back, and you get a real sense of a line of resistance. They're trying to keep you away from whatever's on the other side of it. So Chen just kind of puts you in the front, and with the rest of the first platoon backing you up, and then the rest of the company kind of behind them to take advantage of any weaknesses or opportunities. So it's pretty textbook kind of company assault kind of thing. So we're going to start the second encounter. It's kind of like maybe a running battle with them falling back with all this firepower. So we're going to test dominance again. So again, you get to decide who's going to roll versus non-fighting ability to see who gets the upper hand in this.
Okay. How are you guys feeling about rolling this time? Keep it.
I think I should totally
You want to try this time?
Oh, and
Christine, yeah.
Sorry, before I forget, between encounters, everyone should get rid of that mess you took in the first one. You're doing A-okay again. I think it's mostly healing drugs, right? You get pumped full of this don't want to know stuff that takes care of all the pain in between missions.
Cool. Yeah, and just to be clear, my character, like, I'm playing the sergeant, but you guys do whatever you want. Like, I just role playing that out. I don't think there's anything in the mechanics that says your ranking has any bearing over what player choices are, right?
No, absolutely not. Like if someone, like say for example, Cable says, "I want to roll, I want to do my part," there's mechanically, it's completely up to the player.
Cool. I just want to make sure.
You can chew them out for ruining your ambush later on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, completely. And, please do role play it where you tell me not to. Under no circumstances am I going to be in any way sensitive. Donna knows this.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're all cool. All right. Yeah. I think we should just I think what Professor definitely going to roll, right? Because you have those good numbers.
I think if I had a perception check, I would be using it, but I don't. So I'm probably just going to keep on being angry and cranky about the fact that I didn't get any kills in the last encounter.
So here's something to just ask. I mean, you get to choose your default weapon, but before an encounter. Is that going to be the machine gun this time, or are you going to stick with grenades?
I'm gonna machine gun. Yeah.
Okay.
But
do we have any long range? Does anybody have any? Because I don't have. All my stuff is. Let me check again. Yeah, my strength is in the near range, and I've got the grenades at close, but I have nothing in far.
I think your Christine, your MG, you got an improvement on it last time, so it's up to a D6, I think. Is it?
But yes, it is. But it's still only 1d6.
Yeah, well, better than nothing, right?
You've seen me roll dice, right?
Yeah.
Have we lost David?
Yeah, he just left a message.
Yeah, he's popping in and out.
At Hangouts.
Okay.
Nice. So we'll just wait for him to get back.
Can we take like a 5-minute bio break?
Oh yeah, it is about that time.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's do that. Let's get back at 10 past the hour.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Hey, David, you're back on.
Yeah. Just turn my mic.
Hopefully, Hangouts behaves for us.
Found a good picture of I imagine the professor looking like. I just put on Roll20.
Oh, cool. See it. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice big glasses.
Yeah.
I mean, those will scare off the aliens, right? That's the plan. Okay, let's just give Christine a minute, and then we can jump into this.
Oh, there's a lot of aliens this time.
Oh, I know they're just in the holding place. I
Oh, okay.
until I put them into the right underneath alien threat tokens, they don't count.
Cool. Is this artwork from the game itself? Or did
No,
you
sorry. The troopers is all just copied from the game itself. The alien symbol is just Hydra.
okay. Is that from G.I. Joe? What am I thinking of?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. /
Oh, okay,
yeah. So it's I think suitably squibbly alien geeky stuff, right? It's I mean, octopuses are lovely creatures, I'm sure, but we can. They're aliens, though, right?
What about that map? Is that from the game?
Oh, that is straight from the rulebook as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, if I played this once physically, and you just print that off on an A3 sheet or whatever, and then use whatever Games Workshop or figures you have going for the troopers.
That's cool.
And then just colored beads or something like that for the alien threat tokens. So yeah, it works pretty well physically as well. Okay, so so I think we were talking about the second encounter, this kind of running battle, or at least a series of attempted ambushes as they kind of withdraw back towards this area that they're trying to protect. You've got the whole company engaged, but you're at the tip of the spear. And I guess we were just discussing what the tactics or the thoughts were in terms of people rolling against non-fighting ability to get dominance for the encounter. So again, that's completely up to you guys as players.
You guys want to change what we did last time? I feel like that's the same. I mean, mechanically, it's the same as the last time we did it, right?
Yeah, it seems like a good idea to me. Just what the sergeant professor doing it.
Yeah, I'm letting Christine, if you want to take a gamble on it, it's up to you. No?
I have rolled once in about 6 games. It's probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But thematically, I can.
Absolutely, you can wreck their perfectly planned precision ambush on these aliens, right?
It's all up to you. I'll let you decide.
Sergeant has got to trust their corporals, right?
Back and say that you're the sergeant. If you tell me that my role is to bring up the rear, that's perfectly fine.
Let's do that just for fun. If you guys are cool with it. Let's try a little good television here. So yeah.
So everyone's gonna roll. I will roll for my aliens.
Oh!
Wow.
It worked.
So close. The aliens go first. Sorry, the aliens win. You do get some successes though, thanks to Cable and the exterminator, previously Professor. The aliens roll 4, so they get the highest success. They are setting the initial range. I am going to bring you in close. Very close. So yeah.
Nice roll, Christine.
Yeah. The doubters have got to go home now, right?
About time I actually got one success.
But you know, you're using your heavy machine gun now, so not the grenades. But you did make that super effective at close range, didn't you? Yeah. So it doesn't really make a difference. I could be mean and set you into far, but no, I'm not. I'm gonna bring you in close. Okay, so then first round, everyone decides what they're going to do. It could be shooting. It could be trying to change range. It could be something else. Ari, what is MT?
So we're all close now, right?
Yeah.
What happens if you use a weapon that's designed for a certain range outside of it? It's ineffective.
Yeah. So if the weapon has like a dash or a 0 in that range, it just doesn't do anything.
Okay.
And in fact, you don't. If you succeed, you don't even take away a threat token with one of those. So if you have a 1, even you're killing 1 alien, but you're still taking away a threat token.
Right. So
if it's ineffective, really it is ineffective. However, if you are using an ineffective weapon and you roll to fight with it, if you roll higher than the aliens roll when they're trying to kill you, you can change your range band as well. So you'd be doing nothing, but you'd be getting to a better range. So that's worth considering. So I think the standard score on the heavy machine gun is just 1 at close range, right? Yeah. So if you say you're shooting that, it's still going to do 1 kill. It's going to take away a threat token, and you're going to be able to, if you roll higher than the aliens, move out to a better range for you.
I see. Okay. I'll go with the machine gun for this round then.
Okay. Christine, I don't know why I'm asking. You're going to shoot the shit out of them, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. So these little things that are hairy and they just shed everywhere. I might be projecting, by the way, because of my dog at the moment is shedding everywhere. But they shed everywhere. So there's hair everywhere. They need to be taken out.
Okay. And David, again, kind of like the heavy machine gun, the energy rifle isn't great at close range, but if you roll higher than and succeed on the aliens, you could move. The other thing you could do is you could just switch to grenades. And that means that's fine. You're going to kill, if you succeed, kill aliens. The downside to switching to grenades is that, let me just check exactly what it says. Grenades cause a kill to any PC at close range with the aliens who fail their die roll this combat round. So, I mean, only failures get hurt, right? That's the health warning.
That makes sense.
So, and you can switch to grenades or to a sidearm or to hand-to-hand for free. You don't need to make that check. But then getting back to your energy rifle will take a check. So there's a downside for that.
Okay, so attacking it close, assuming I'm successful, at the end of my turn I can change range, right?
Yeah, you can switch. You can push yourself out to near if
Okay,
you succeed and roll higher than the aliens.
All right, I'm going to aim to do that.
Okay, so everyone is shooting.
Fighting.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone go. Roll your fighting ability.
Succeeded, but I'm not rolling higher than anybody. The one.
Well, you are rolling the same as the aliens. Wow, everyone is rolling ones, right?
Oh, I got a 4.
Okay, a 4. Excellent. So
Yeah.
you are killing,
Just one.
taking care of one of these counters, and you are killing one. So add that to your score, and then you can also push yourself out if you want.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I'll shoot just like the one in front of me and yell over to a Sergeant Cable who obviously don't know this, but he'll say, "Oh, hey y'all, our gun's gonna work better at near range. We better fall back." As if he came up with this brilliant idea.
Well,
not
you're the one
Sergeant,
doing
it's
it,
Corporal.
not. Okay.
It's not Sergeant, it's Corporal. But Sergeant
Merkin?
Merkin.
Yeah.
Sergeant is Merkin. I'm just Corporal.
Okay. So, and I guess the bad news is that everyone else rolled a 1. And that means the aliens do get to kill you, and you get to kill the aliens, but you don't get to change range.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So, yeah, the aliens, I guess they seem to be drawing you back, and obviously they're succeeding in their mission in a certain respect. You know, they're drawing you onto them, and apart from the exterminator, everyone's kind of falling into that trap, and then you kind of come into a bit of a clearing where the trees are all a bit spindly, and you're not sure whether it's kind of environmental or just some kind of harvesting. And there's like no cover at all, and then you get peppered by these darts from every angle. So the two of you take a wound. So you're messy again. And then you get to do.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then you get to do your kills at that.
Okay,
that
so we get to roll. Okay.
Yeah. So so you're doing 1 kill, Ari, with your machine gun up close, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're rolling your dice against that, Christine. But yeah, you can, Ari, do you want to describe what this looks like for MT?
MT's just, he's trying to keep his squad together. So his eyes kind of like off the enemy for a few moments, making sure we don't break the line. But he does take one out, but he kind of gets back into it again. 1 single shot.
Christine, do you want to roll damage for your, or kills for your?
Yep. Oh my god. So 2 d6 and okay, not the worst.
Yeah.
Technically, that is true. A 3 is not the worst on 2d6.
That's what I got the last time. So
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
What does that look like?
So it's a kill, but it's one of those things where it's just like I have shot this Ewok 7 times, 8, 9, and then I have to put my foot on its head and keep on shooting it because it just won't die. Because apparently the amount of hair that they have is actual armor. It's really disheartening. I mean, do you know how many aliens I've killed? Do you know how many aliens I've killed? And this is my first one on this planet. I'm not an emotional person, but this is... I just really wanted to kill things. That's why I signed up.
So these, I think now you kind of really broken the strength of their defense, and they are kind of, you see them kind of falling back all around from the various parts of the company that have engaged them. And there's like, I won't call it a city, but it's a settlement at the kind of delta of this river. So everything has been turning kind of watery and a little bit bedraggled in terms of the kind of natural growth here. So it looks like kind of a wooden settlement in the distance, like lots of huts on stilts and, you know, kind of palisades and that kind of stuff, and they're falling back towards that, but they're still kind of fighting you. You know, I guess the kind of settlement is kind of obscured by the weather, so you're not quite sure what's going on there, but that's for later on. So yeah, there is one more threat token in this encounter. So what's everyone doing?
I'm going to continue laying down machine gun fire, hoping to get a higher roll, but successful still.
Yeah. Christine, I presume you're... Are you switching to grenades maybe? Who knows?
Let me just check exactly how close I am. Yeah, I'm not close enough. Yeah, just gonna shoot.
Okay. And David, get that kill counter racking up, right?
Yeah, now that I'm in optimal position, I'll try again.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so the aliens are going to attack. They're going to fail. Another 7.
I got a 10.
Okay. So, yeah, so that's a fail. David, you got a 4, which is the highest success. So you're getting that kill again.
And I'm really good at hitting my exact fighting score so far this game.
Yeah, awesome. So roll your kills and describe how you wipe out this defense.
Yeah, so I think maybe while he's while the professors got into position in the, you know, the near range instead of close, he takes a second and opens his little pocket manual and it's like, all right, let's see, carry the 1 and all right, yeah, and just like through trigonometry is able to kill the rest of these. So yeah, just like the simulation.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go use that simulator now.
I mean, they may not bleed. And in fact, it is rule 5, not rule 4. Cable obviously doesn't know one end of the manual from the other. It's shocking, I know. Yeah, so I mean, I guess that kind of finishes the encounter, but let's hear how Cable and MT get out of this one. The aliens don't hurt you, but I guess you're still taking fire. and you're not able to put anything effective downrange. Ari, how is MT coping with this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were asking another player. Yeah, I think he's focusing on making sure everybody and nobody on his squad is going to get hurt from this. Get back in one piece. But he's a little concerned that he wasn't able to be as effective as he wanted.
Okay. How about Cable?
So I'm going to be a little bit more PC, but basically every dead turtle Ewok that there is getting an extra bullet in the head and a profanity.
Okay. So yeah, after you've kind of destroyed this defensive line of theirs, I think the captain catches up and kind of gives maybe gives Merkin a pat on his back and a well done, and kind of asks. He's kind of excited. He's going like, I think we should keep up our momentum here. We should just go straight through this this palisade and wipe out the settlement. What do you think, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. Let's take him out.
You feel confident enough to go now?
I kind of glance back at the squad, get a read on it, but if it looks like nobody's really hurt here, right?
I mean, I think some people are a little bit worse for wear, but no one's in serious bad shape.
Yeah, let's ride. We're gonna ride that momentum right in, sir.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is kind of in the captain's mind, at least. This is kind of the final assault that'll take care of his entire kind of area of responsibility. So yeah, they're gonna just assault the city. I think he may have one of the guys with special weapons kind of rocket launcher down the gates into the city itself.
Hang on, somebody else got a rocket launcher. I wasn't allowed to have a rocket launcher, but somebody else got one.
Yeah, I know it's a disgrace, but I'm
just gonna
wondering
sit here and be annoyed.
Who would it be? I think it is Gunnery Sergeant Sato, who is in the 3rd Recon Platoon of the company. He's like as close as you have to kind of special forces in the company. He's pretty shit hot. I mean, he I don't know. He eats aliens for breakfast, right? He's gonna get a turtle shell brought up to him just so he can eat his breakfast every morning out of a dead alien. He's hardcore. But yes, it is a disgrace, an act against natural justice that he is a rocket launcher and you do not.
Also, it's a woolly turtle shell.
Okay, well, he's gonna cope with that. Not woolly on the inside, presumably.
More fiber.
On the outside. It's I guess like a coconut shell, right?
Would I be able to put in a little report, like put in a good word for the professor? I feel like he really knocked it out the last.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, things can change, obviously, but he has the highest kill rate. I'm not sure he needs a good word. He's gonna rock into that promotion. Yeah. It's worth noting that. Yeah, I guess you could. I mean, no one's used the strength or weakness yet. If you use a weakness, someone else can try to get you demoted in the downtime, after the entire planet has been finished. If you use a strength, you can go for a promotion. So like you move from trooper, corporal, sergeant, lieutenant if you wanted to. So there's other reasons to be aware of your strengths and weaknesses, but usually people keep them until they need them. And
you use those to avoid taking harm, and then you do flashback.
Yeah, like if you if either you or maybe the entire squad is getting really close to that dead mark on the health, it's something to be aware of.
Okay, and we get back 1 health now.
You get back 1 health, regardless of like the captain kind of trying to push the momentum. In between encounters, you get back your one health at least. So yeah, you have. I think I've rolled a 7, 1 higher than I needed for these aliens a couple of times. So I have not been very lucky, but I've been okay. I've been more lucky than Cable, I guess, right? Cable, Christine has 0 sympathy for me.
She rolled really well on the engagement, though.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah. So let's move on to this third encounter. I am putting 5 counters into the alien pool. So who's gonna roll for dominance? Does Cable feel lucky this time?
I guess I'm just going to ask, does everybody else feel that I'm being lucky? Because I'm not. But I can.
We got it.
Yeah, if you want to roll. I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, me too, I think.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to be terrible.
3. Okay. It looks like we've got what, 2 out of 3?
I didn't make mine either.
You got 1 success,
1.
and the aliens got 1. They got a 4. You got a 3, so they're going to set range, and I think they're going to set range at far.
Sorry, Sarge.
It happens.
Yeah, I'm going to set range at far. Now, I will tell you. I will unveil the alien ability. The alien ability is reduced visibility, which means that no kills will be caused at far. Essentially, all weapons are ineffective. And that's just really the environmental heavy rain, mist, and so on. So that means you're going to have to advance yourself. So basically, you're moving into the city, and they're picking and choosing. You might get separated, fictionally speaking, by some people pushing in on range by yourselves. So yeah, I guess if you want to,
I'm just going to point out, right, that having a rocket launcher, if I had gotten it, would have been amazing right now.
But it wouldn't have been, because you would have been at far, and it would have been ineffective.
Yeah, they've got some special ability, basically, that cancels it all. Whatever weapon you have at far range is no good.
Those little woolly turtles.
I don't know what the rest of you are going to do, but I'm going to call out, to move in, like close in range, use the buildings for cover and try to get in close, move the whole squad up.
Yeah. So because you're at far range, the aliens are basically not doing anything. But I'm not even going to roll for them because it's pointless. But basically, you're all stuck in trying to change range.
I see.
To get closer. So everyone rolls NFA to try to close in. Hot damn.
Hey, successes all around.
That's amazing. Even Christine. rolled a 2. Okay, so everyone push in. That's my clever alien plan to separate you and to try to take you on piecemeal, completely ruined by good
Nice
rolling.
try.
You know, what can I do? What can I do? Everyone push into near, and we will start the second round. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna unload with the machine gun at that range.
Okay. Yeah. They're gonna come at you with everything they have as well, but I think this is the range where you all kill spectacularly lots, right? Let's see what the aliens do. Or 5. It's pretty good.
Damn it! I screwed it again.
Wow. So no successes from you guys. Yeah. Okay. So they maybe the fact is you go forward in a group and you're so gung ho to make contact, you just kind of run into a hill of darts. And in fact, you're kind of maybe when you move through, you're in these kind of streets that are just waist high water, and there's no ladders up those uh, up to those platforms that you can see at least, and you're just getting shot from on high, and it's no fun at all. So everyone take damage.
And maybe I'm shouting out, get some to get up that wall. We got to get up that wall. Maybe we have some debris or stuff we can lean on there to get up.
Okay. And how arseholy am I going to be? Because I can push you back out to far range if I wanted to, because I rolled a success and higher. I think so. I think in for a penny, in for a pound, I'm going to push you all back out with that. So yeah, they are falling back. You kind of have to hunker down as all this shooting goes on, and you're looking around for some way to get up to this platform to get to grips with them, and then they're just kind of leaping across to platforms further away from you and kind of retreating, and not retreating in one direction, kind of spreading out as they're retreating, and it's a pain in the ass, and you've got to kind of try to fight your way back to make contact with them again. So yeah, I'm being nasty here by pushing you back out. Okay.
But of course, they're able to leap so effectively because they have those little things. Yeah. Because I am a turtle.
Otherwise they would just be using the walkways, but now they're super hairy turtle Ewok things
with fins.
Right, like flying
so
squirrels.
Is it like full Gila monster kind of thing, except better? Yeah.
Yeah. I have the ability to give GMs ideas. I'm really sorry, guys. You should have known this.
So I think we're in the same position as we were at the start. They're not attacking, and you have got to try to get in range. So
yeah, okay.
Everyone try to get back in.
I'm really good at moving, not that great at the firing part.
So this is NFA. So David, you roll a 2, so you move in. Or you roll a 3, so you move in, and Cable gets left behind. These turtles, these aliens are just so annoying that you've lost your cool, maybe. Okay, so next round, the aliens are going to be attacking you. What are you guys going to be doing?
We don't have Cable, right? Does that mean Cable?
Yeah, he's behind you, and you can see him, but the gap between him and the aliens is such that
They can't hurt
he
Cable.
can't draw a bead on them. They can't draw a bead on him.
Okay. Well, at least Cable's safe, so we can lay down some fire until Cable catches up.
Okay. So, Cable, are you trying to close the range with NFA? Yeah, again. Yeah, okay. And the other two, you just trying to kill these guys?
Yeah, trying to lay down some fire. Hopefully effective this time.
So let's see what the aliens do.
This time I got it. Looks like the professor did too.
He's got a 7. So that is.
Are you sticking with Professor? I like Professor. I might call you the Exterminator when you kick ass with your rolls, though.
Okay, yeah, so both of you got a 4 on that fighting. So, what did you get, Christine? An 8, so you're not moving. So, yeah. So, Ari, do you want to go first and roll your kills and describe?
Sure. 2d6 was it?
2d6, yeah.
And hold on. 5 of them. So this time, I've that ramp. We put that ramp up to get up, and we're up on that ridge, and we're taking fire at them over this debris. They weren't expecting us to come back again like we were, so they're kind of spread out in the open, and maybe they're rushing for cover.
Okay, great. And David kills. Ooh, still high on that kill counter. And Christine, how are you feeling to make contact with these dastardly aliens?
So clearly, I am helping everybody else to kill the dastardly aliens by laying down cover fire. And I'm not saying that I have a new nemesis, but seriously, that guy, the professor or the exterminator or whatever the hell he's calling himself these days, yeah, I'm definitely helping him get all of his kills.
The official kill counter obviously doesn't give you any credit for that, no matter how much you yell at it. Okay. Yeah, and obviously I think once you get up onto one of those platforms, the kind of dastardly aliens' ability to just pepper you from all angles disappears, and they don't do any harm to you. I mean, maybe a couple of people are taking shots, but nothing serious. Okay, so 3 tokens left in this encounter, and what's everyone doing? Say, rinse and repeat. Actually, sorry, just to mention to both of you, because you succeeded and rolled high, basically got a higher success than the aliens, you can close range again, although in terms of what your weapons are, you might not want to.
Yeah, can we use that?
Although it means that if the aliens can't push you too far if you moved into close. Right?
Could we pull Cable up with that, or no? That doesn't apply to other characters.
Yeah, they're stuck way back out.
So I just get on my communicator and say, Cable, get up here. We need you.
Now, one thing you could try is you could forego your fighting action and do some non-fighting to try to steer him in your direction. So you can use your non-fighting ability to move him up. But again, the odds aren't great on that. But
no, I'm not going to. Not really appropriate.
Well, I only have a 4 in that. There's better odds than me staying here and fighting, and you hopefully rolling better on the next one.
Yeah. Okay. So you're sticking at the current range, and you're going to fight again, and then Cable's going to move in again.
Holding position.
No, the professor has a. And especially that would piss Cable off even more. So That might be a good option.
Okay, yeah. So, so you're basically giving him some hints. I'm not sure how condescending that's going to be. We're going to hear the message in a while, but you're going to be rolling NFA to try to get him back in with the group.
Yeah.
Okay. And Christine, you can still attempt that for yourself as well, if you wanted to. So I guess you're doubling up on your not quite doubling up on your chances, but maximizing your chances. Okay. And the sergeant is still just shooting
Firing away. Yep, this is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
10. Got it. That's actually a perfect roll.
You both.
Oh wait, do I have a 6 or a 4? No.
You got a 6 in fighting ability.
That's a miss, actually.
Yeah. Okay. And the aliens are. Oh, that was a 2, but it's not anymore. The aliens miss. So, so no kills. But I think because you get, I'm not sure how cheesy it is to say you can move 2 bands, Christine. If you rolled a success and you got the professor got a success for you, I think you could probably move 2 range bands. I'll get an angry email or a cheeky email from Gregor.
Will literally just take 1 kill if I can wrap my hands around one of them and just like, you are the cause of my kill rate going down. Because, like, obviously I had such a high kill rate in the first campaign. And the only reason I signed up was to kill things. It's the only reason I signed up.
It might make sense then if you want to get into close and just start strangling them to death.
Yeah.
Be pretty good.
That's it. Going to be an interesting conversation too.
Okay. So do you want to put Cable in close range?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
You don't mind.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I'm like, even at this point, I'm like, maybe these aliens are not as bad as we think. But I don't care because the professor has taken my kill rate. And the sergeant doesn't even care. And all I did in the last campaign was kill everything. So they're tears of joy, right?
Because finally you're going to be killing some aliens. Just don't roll a 10. Right? That's all you have to do.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe that looked like from the professor, just Cable was just maybe like stuck in like a building or something, and there was all this underbrush in between us, and he's like, "Hey, don't worry, Corporal, I got you." And he just shoots like annoyingly perfectly away all this underbrush, so you're able to like run right past. And then he's like, "Yeah, now you can join us." And he just watches you keep running. It's like, "Oh, all right, well."
Okay. So everyone is going to be rolling fighting ability to kill aliens, and they will try to kill you back. Okay.
At that time.
Okay, so Cable goes first with 7. Roll your kills and tell us how that looks.
Strangling aliens.
Sorry, I need to.
You're still shooting them with your heavy machine gun, right? You don't want to switch
No.
the
No. This is unarmed combat.
Personal. So that will be 1 then, right? Or is it D6?
1.
Yeah. Is that the D6? No, 1.
I mean, yeah, I'm not even rolling for this one. I get 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you know, what if?
No.
Oh, here's a suggestion. I've got a suggestion for Cable. What if you just you're strangling them and just like throw a grenade in one of their mouths or something, and you can use your grenades.
Oh my god, you're evil. I like this. Eat this pineapple. Smash it into his mouth and then kick him. Well, it. I'm not sure if it's male or female. And it goes tumbling backwards and, basically, I'm a horrible person, but I like you.
So we have 3s from the aliens and from MT. So once you roll kills, Ari for yours.
Sure. What is that? 2d6, right?
2d6, yeah.
5 more.
And the aliens kill MT and the professor. And I think now they know it's the end. You've gotten into their inner cordon, kind of what passes for fancy buildings in this kind of swampy shithole, and they're throwing the kitchen sink at you. Maybe there's some kind of catapults or some really basic primitive siege weaponry that's been lined up here, and a couple of troopers get hit by that and it hurts like hell. MT and the professor take a kill from that, and then the professor yet again is going to take the last kill count, the last token out of the encounter, and roll your kills on that d10.
Yeah, and I think for that kill that I took, probably that makes most sense to take armor now, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. So that's an option open to all of you.
Yeah, I'll do that as well. D6, and I want to roll low. Is that right?
No, armor is you just say you're using it, and instead of marking in crippled, I think in this case you just mark in the armor instead.
Okay, I'll do that.
And that is the end of the encounter. Sorry, David, we glossed over your description of how you're killing these guys. Talk of taking damage.
Oh yeah. See, I see that Cable just decimate that one, and I'm like, oh well, hell yeah, and then just get right back in there and shoot some more. Yeah, I think that. Maybe the professor just like shoots the structure of this this building that a lot of them were in, and it just collapses on them, and that's where these come from, like a little hut or something.
Cool. Yeah. I think the amount of firepower going on means that these huts are not really structurally sound anymore. So yeah, I think if the place wasn't wet, these things would be on fire, right? So I think maybe
you see Thatch
one of the other special weapons team are like bringing in a flamethrower just to burn this whole thing down. I know Cable doesn't get the flamethrower either, but this is, these are the captain's special pets in the recon platoon. So yeah, they get to play with all the toys. It's just so unfair. Okay, so yeah, so there's I think, obviously as players, that there's another encounter left because there's 2 tokens left, but from kind of the organizational point of view, this is it. You've done the mission. Everyone's kind of high-fiving each other. I think Chen is writing up the professor for some kind of medal because I think he really impressed people. And then Louis comes in the dropship and to pick everyone up after the place has been sanitized, and he kind of lands in it's probably 2 or 3 kilometers of a hike to get back to the kind of what passes for solid ground that a dropship pilot will be happy with. And so basically, everyone's lining on, and there's some paperwork and some kind of photos, and Sato has kind of got an alien shell, a furry shell. He's going to be eating breakfast out of that for a while till till something goes badly wrong or someone steals it on him. And basically, there's going to be a couple of lone or rogue aliens who are trying to wreak revenge on you. Maybe you're the last squad to get in, like first in, last out kind of thing is usually how the scouts get treated. And you're kind of maybe securing your weapons to climb back in and sit down in the drop pod when a bunch of these aliens come out of the swamp to take you on. So same as always. Who wants to roll for dominance?
The only question is Christine feeling lucky here? Because otherwise, it's pretty much, I think me and David always roll.
At this point, I'm not really sure. I can roll. I'm probably going to fail.
I say go for it then. What are you thinking, David? Well, we're going for it. Yeah, so dice are already going.
Okay, so
close one.
Okay, so if you'd roll a 7, David, there would have been no successes on the trooper side and 1 success, which would have been an ambush from the aliens. That means that basically they set the range and they just do an auto kill for everyone, and then we start the next combat round. So very close to an ambush there. Obviously, fictionally, that's what the aliens were looking for. But what did you spot that allowed you to see them coming? Right, that's what I'm wondering, because it was so close to action.
Maybe as we were running to the I guess like the drop pod, like hey, wait a second. Why are them bushes so hairy? I think those are shells.
Awesome. Yeah. So you get the highest success. So you're going to set the range. So everyone's going to be at the same range as you, and you get to decide what range.
Oh, I got to go near them. The golden range for us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, we start the combat round, and I'm assuming everyone is going to shoot. And the important thing here is to note that the person who gets the last alien encounter on the planet, which is going to be in this encounter, gets a medal, a shiny medal. So this is the only time when you're thinking, maybe I don't want to roll high and go first. But obviously there's 3 of you, and 3 successes means someone doesn't get a kill counter. So,
Let's see.
You could also just say, I'm using the strength and I'm just going to kill them all and take the medal and all the kills, and thank you very much. And the rule there is whoever says it first gets to do it. So you can do that before or after you roll your fighting ability. So I guess holler if when you roll badly and you just want to yoink the glory from someone else.
I get the feeling that somebody else's character is going to win again.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've killed 4 now. Cable's killed 4 aliens, the whole planet. So that's pretty shocking from his usual history. Okay, so Ari, what is MT up to? Is he just shooting?
He's unloading with the machine gun. Yeah.
Okay. Christine, the same? Yeah. Okay. And David, you're the same? Yeah.
Yeah, you tempted me with that the flashback, but I think I'm just gonna unload.
There you go. So, what have we got? We've got a 6.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm gonna use my drugs thing.
Just on the nose.
Okay. So both Cable and MT rolled a 6, which means we've got to have a roll. The aliens roll a 2, so basically they don't get to kill you in time.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna gloat on the fact that the professor got nothing.
Yeah. Harsh. But I think we need Christine and Ari to roll off. Just roll a d10. Whoever rolls highest gets to go last, basically. Steve gets the medal. Okay. So Ari is the last kill. So yeah, roll your Christine. Roll your kills and then describe it, and then we'll get to see MT's moment of glory.
I am so annoyed. I am so annoyed. Like, so pissed off. Mostly because everybody else is getting more kills than me on this mission. Like, what the fuck? Why is everybody getting so more kills? It's not fair. Whinge. Yeah, moment of glory doesn't happen because I want a shiny medal. I didn't get a shiny medal. But at least the professor didn't get any kills this time around. Professor.
So how many did you 2d6 to see how many kills you did get?
Yes, I did actually. I just give me a second.
You could double your kill rate with this one roll, right? Or triple.
In theory.
Okay,
6.
that's pretty healthy.
That's not as
not,
bad as
not
last
nothing.
time.
And Ari, let's get a roll from you on kills, and then describe your medal winning
2d6 again.
Uncommon valor.
7 kills. Right. Add that to my tally. Where is it? Okay. Are you keeping track of all our kills?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, because I have, but I'm not sure how accurate mine is. So good that you are. All right. So you want me to describe what this looks like? The dropship is close. Is it nearby?
It is. If it's not immediately next to you, then you are inside it. Right?
Can I do something kind of a little bit outside of the norm?
Go for it.
Get into the actual dropship and use its weaponry. I don't know what it has. It has like some heavy artillery or something, maybe.
Probably some kind of chain gun.
No, just actually start driving it and use the thrusters.
That's not bad either. But yeah, I like the what did you describe it as?
Chain gun.
Yeah, it's like I use chain.
Yeah,
it's like I just strafe these things, and like trees are being ripped apart. You know, you hear the timbers falling, and there's all kinds of like, you know, dust and stuff afterwards. But when it's settled, it's just deathly quiet.
Yeah, so like the entire rest of the company, who are probably all strapped in, kind of hears the professor shout and then sees the kind of 2 plumes of muzzle flash open up on these guys, and then it's just deathly quiet. And I think Louis, the dropship pilot, says, well, like I've said to everyone before, if you don't have tickets, you do not get on, even in the last minute. So Yeah, thanks to our rearward security detail for taking care of these freeloaders, but no aliens allowed. And then like the dropship boosts into orbit.
Nice.
So yes, yeah, I guess usually there's a debrief, and the fleet gets ready to move out to the next planet. There's always like a medal ceremony for, someone is always credited with the last kill on the planet, and you get this crimson sword, like it's a flaming sword medal that goes on your lapel or your kind of button area. So it's it's pretty glorious, right? Much coveted.
Purposely not going to that ceremony.
I think you've gotta. I think the bar is you gotta be missing 3 out of 4 limbs and be in the regrowth tank to not have to come to this. The brigadier general takes this kind of shit really seriously. He has enough bling and he believes in the power of medals to increase morale. So, yeah, I mean, I think maybe Sergeant Major Murphy has got, I think she is aware that the professor really stepped up on Planet Side and gives you some encouragement. And then I think the Sarge gets a fist bump from her. It's like, nice security perimeter checks there, Sarge. I mean, you could have saved all of her bacon there. And then I think she has heard a lot of whining at a Cable in the last while. And it's like, get over here, Cable. If you think you're going to miss this moment of solidarity with your fellow troopers, you are sorely mistaken. You can turn up to this, or you can be cleaning the head with this old toothbrush I found up my ass for the rest of the day. I can't hear you, Cable. Quiet as a mouse now that you've been brought to task, are you?
Yes, Captain.
Captain? Sergeant Major, I work for a living.
Sergeant Major.
So yeah, the medal ceremony is cool. The brigadier general himself pins it to your uniform. I think they're. I'm not sure. Is there some kind of post ceremony shindig? What do you think?
I'd like that. And I don't gloat about this at all. I actually use this opportunity to talk to my two fellows here from the squad, and to the professor I say, hey professor, between our next what is it called, tour, or what's the next thing called? The next tour, or the whole thing is a tour, right?
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is well, it's not really a tour because no one really goes back. Everyone stays out here killing aliens till they die, or the
right.
aliens
Next mission
wiped out. So expedition, yeah.
Expedition, yeah. So I say between now and the next expedition, I'd like you to show me how that what you did with that simulator. Yeah, I could use a little brushing up.
Oh yeah, not at all, Sarge. I appreciate all that little star there, or that sword.
Never mind that. That's I think we're all going to get one eventually, sooner or later. And then to Cable, I tell Cable, Cable, I know you really busted it out there, but I think what we need to do is figure out how to get you some of that good stuff, the real good stuff, so you can shine. Maybe a flamethrower or a bazooka, or not bazooka, rocket launcher, or you tell me what you need, and I'll do my best to get that for you.
Wow. You're actually not the worst sergeant I've ever had.
I just smile.
Yeah, maybe you can get some more gloves when you're strangling them. Won't give you so much calluses. Assuming the next one's got necks at all.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I think you'd be surprised at how many things have a fatal weakness of having a grenade shoved down their throat. You know, not many things are coming back from that.
Is the game designed where we can swap out our gear between?
Yeah, so
expeditions?
there's I guess after the mission is completely wrapped up, there's some improvement stuff. So you can do a couple of things. You can either improve weapons or get new weapons assigned to you, and those are added on. So I know in the last campaign, one of the troopers had his normal rifle, but then also a flamethrower or a rocket launcher. I can't remember which one. So you can get it. You can definitely acquire other weapons, though it does need a roll to get your hands on them. So yeah, we're quarter past now, so we can do the post mission stuff unless anyone has anything else, another quick scene they want to.
Just a very minor quick scene is that I am obviously pissed off at the fact that I did not get as many kills as I wanted to. And somebody stole them. You stole my kills.
I thought it was the aliens who stole your kills for being so stupid, right? Okay, so gaining a level. So whoever has most kills in the mission gains a level. So gaining a level means you add one to either fighting ability or non-fighting ability. You get to choose. And then the other thing that happens when you gain a level is you unlock another strength or weakness. So if you're starting a starting character, you have one strength and one weakness available, and this will uncover a strength basically.
Who got this? Professor, right?
Yeah. So I have the professor on 40 kills, and MT on 28, and Cable on 10. So the professor gets that level for having the most kills, and then the other two of you roll off. So you roll a d10 again. Whoever gets higher gets a level as well, and the other person is just shit out of luck.
Here we go. I'm shit out of luck.
If you had rolled the same, you would both get it. And actually, I think in the first mission, the last sector, we had a situation where two people had the most kills together. They tied, and I guess they both got advances as well. So
well, this works out because we got a level, and I got a medal. So
yeah.
Does medal do anything for you other than just fictionally?
Just fictionally. There's no bonus. It's not night witches.
I'll take it.
I'm just jealous. That's all.
Yeah. I think in the last sector, Cable had the most kills over the entire sector, but never got the most kills on a single mission. So it was, you're just not a medal hand, right? That's how we. Okay, so yeah, so that's what the first thing, you get a level, so you unlock. I think Christine Cable had 2 strengths and 1 weakness, so you're unlocking a weakness. And David, you're unlocking another strength, and then you get to put 1 point into either FA or NFA. I think Christine, you're probably thinking about NFA now because it might be more useful. Well, you can go 10 too. You just can't go above 10 in something. Okay.
Who needs NFA? Like, seriously.
You do. Okay. So if you got questions about that, that's fine, but it's pretty straightforward. You heal fully between missions, and you get your armor back and your combat drugs back if you use it. And then you also get a development roll. So basically, you can roll NFA. See, it's important, Christine. You get an automatic improvement to one weapon. So you can improve the kills from 0 to 1, from 1 to D6, from D6 to D10, from D10 to 2D6. You can only improve anything by 2 steps though. And if it's just a dash, you cannot improve it. It's just always ineffective. But if it's a 0, you can improve it to a 1. Okay.
This is for everybody?
Yeah, everyone gets that.
Okay.
And that is for free. And then you get a second development check, which you need to roll NFA for. And you can do the same thing, but it has to be with a different weapon. So you can improve a different weapon, or you can acquire a new weapon if you want.
Okay, for the weapon thing, I increased my, what is it? Close range for the heavy machine gun from 1 to 2.
No, it's 1 to 1d6.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool.
And then the next step up from 1d6 is d10, and then that's where it maxes.
I see. Okay.
All right. I think I'm going to try and requisition a flame gun, live up to the exterminator title.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, did you?
I've got it.
Okay. Excellent. So, the stats. I will read out to you now.
Yeah, I have the book open here.
Oh,
it's
okay. Cool.
2d6,
Yeah.
right? 2d6
Yeah,
close.
it's pretty awesome at close range, and then can never do anything at far range, and is mediocre at near, but shit hot, no pun intended, at close range.
I missed my roll.
Okay. And Christine, you missed yours as well, did you? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that is, you can improve. And if you had used the strength, you could have used that development roll, but no one did, to get promoted. So, and that would be another good role-playing opportunity to have the interview board. And if anyone to use the weakness, someone could have kind of tried to get them demoted, but that hasn't happened yet.
I'm not saying that I didn't check out your guys' weaknesses, just use them against you.
Yeah, okay. So that is everything. So yeah, I'll stop the broadcast and we can do some debrief because we still have some time left. And